You're watching TVC News at 1. Let's turn attention to business now. International Air Transport Association has disclosed that $1.68 billion of airlines funds are locked across Africa out of a global total of $2.36 billion as of September. Regional Vice President for Africa and the Middle East, Mr. Kamil Alawadhi, stated during the African Airlines Association's 55th Annual General Assembly in Uganda. Mr. Alawadhi added that the impact of the blocked funds in African countries raises concerns about the sustainability of the aviation sector. Since 2018, a significant amount of blocked funds has been repatriated from Angola, Ethiopia, Ghana, Nigeria, and Zimbabwe through working with the respective government. Currently, $1.68 billion in airline funds remain blocked across the continent. He stresses the importance of liberating blocked airline funds by advising governments on best practices to clear backlogs. But away from there now, Budget Foundation, a leading civil tech organization advocating for transparency and accountability in Nigeria's public finance, has called for the integration of valuation mechanism in Nigeria's budgetary system to aid proper implementation of fiscal responsibility across local, state and federal governments. The director and co-founder at the Budget, Mr. Shimonikwide, was speaking on a flagship program, Business Nigeria, emphasized the importance of budget evaluation in effective management of Nigeria's resources.
Culture around public service does not promote accountability. I mean, in government, we have internal auditors, we have external auditors, we have the accountant general, we have the State House Assembly. Even the State House Assembly have organs like the Public Accounts Committee. So it's abnormal for citizens to be the ones speaking out these items. The institutions of government are already wired, to be able to demand accountability and efficiency of public spend. You also have the procurement, the Bureau of Public Procurement, as defined in most of the states in different ways. So it's just because we have a culture that is not founded on service, that is much more grounded about personal accumulation, and that's why you see things around contract inflation. You see something like the reporting of public revenues and all around crisis as you see them there. So for me, I feel that there are no new institutions that are meant to be created. It's just how do we ensure that institutions are empowered to enforce the rules and ensure that accountability happens. The citizens will do their own part of questioning of public items or questioning public goods that at any level that they have been procured. But the institutions, the Fiscal Responsibility Commission must stand up to ensure that institutions that are organs, are supposed to ensure accountability, step up. Because we're going to see the budget soon. And anybody that understands public finance will know that when people talk about corruption or abuse, it starts from the budget.
Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited says importation of refined petroleum products will end by December 2024 as all the country's refineries will be operational by then. Group Chief Officer of the NNPC Limited, Mr. Melekiare, revealed this when he led officials of the company to a meeting with the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Mr. Tajuddin Abbas. NNPC Limited Group Chief of Officers also projected that the national oil firm revenue will hit 4.5 trillion naira at the end of 2023, adding that the rehabilitation of the Port Harcourt refinery will be completed by December, and its operation will result in a considerable drop in the prices of refined petroleum products. Let's take a look at the global equities market. Asian shares were dragged lower by losses in China today, and in the absence of guidance from Wall Street, which was closed for the Thanksgiving holiday, while the dollar stayed on the back foot and treasury yields climbed a touch. The holiday lull is likely to extend to Europe, with Euro Stoxx 50 futures mostly flat. Both S&P 500 futures and Nasdaq futures were also little changed. MSCI's Broadex Index of Asia Pacific shares outside Japan fell 0.6%, but is still headed for a weekly gain of 0.8%. Japan's market returned from a holiday, with the Nikkei climbing 0.7% to charge towards a 33-year Chinese blue chips fell by 0%, while Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index tumbled 1.4%, reversing the previous day's hefty gains. And Chinese developers listed in Hong Kong lost about 2% after jumping by 6.4% on Thursday. And Japan's core consumer price growth picked up slightly in October after easing the previous month, reinforcing investors' views that stubborn inflation may push the Bank of Japan to roll back monetary stimulus before long. Government data show that the nationwide core consumer price index, which excludes volatile fresh food cost, rose 2.9% year-on-year in October. Core inflation had showed to 2.8% in September from 3.1% in August, the first time it was below 3% since August 2022. The rate of inflation has hovered above the central bank's 2% inflation target for 19 consecutive months. But the Bank of Japan has insisted the cost pressures are largely driven by higher global commodity prices and the weaker yen, not a sign of sustainable price gains led by stronger domestic demand and a wage growth. And now Volkswagen says it will develop a new platform for entry-level electric vehicles in China and use more local components to lower cost, as the German company seeks to regain lost ground in the world's biggest auto market. China Chief Mr. Ralph Brandstetter told reporters during a visit to its new electric vehicle development and procurement center that new architecture known as the A-Main platform will be made specifically to Chinese consumer taste with regards to battery, electric drive and electric motor. According to him, Volkswagen existing electric-only platform in use since 2019 will primarily use Chinese suppliers and should be ready for market in 2026. Workers and activists across Europe plan demonstrations against U.S. e-commerce giant Amazon, aiming to disrupt its warehouses and prevent merchandise from reaching Amazon parcel lockers on one of the busiest shopping days of the year. According to trade union, more than 1,000 workers at Amazon's warehouse in Coventry, England, will strike today as part of a long-running dispute to overpay. Trade unionists are also organizing a demonstration at Amazon's UK headquarters in London. However, on Black Friday, the day after the US Thanksgiving holiday, many retailers slashed prices to boost sales. An Amazon spokesperson in Germany said workers are paid fair wages with a starting salary of more than 14 euros an hour and have additional benefits, adding that deliveries of Black Friday orders will be reliable and timely. And finally, crude oil prices were mostly flat to end the week after tumbling more than 1% on concerns over a delayed OPEC Plus meeting. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude fell to sell at $76.43 per barrel, with a price review of 0.8%. Brent crude futures also experienced a downward price review of 0.06%, selling at $81.37 per barrel. Bonny Light recorded an uptick of 1.8%, selling at $80.43 per barrel. For the OPEC basket, crude oil dealers are offering $84.46 per barrel, with a price decline of 0.34%.